From Tampa Bay streaming news leader, this is ABC Action News.
Hello, I'm Dee O'Reilly. Greg D will have a look at your forecast, a very hot one coming up. But first, I want to get to your ABC Action News headlines. Gelane Maxwell now serving out her prison sentence here in Florida. She's been transferred to the Tallahassee Federal Correctional Institution. That's a low-security federal prison. Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years last month for helping Jeffrey Epstein groom and sexually abuse underage girls. Epstein is a disgraced New York financier who moved in powerful circles with relationships to Britain's Prince Andrew and former Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. He died in a Manhattan prison awaiting trial. Week 2 of the sentencing trial for the convicted Parkland school shooter continues this morning. He will either get life in prison or be sentenced to death. Emotional testimony is expected to continue from people who survived the shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018. And all throughout last week, former students and staff took the stand and they recalled the terrifying and heartbreaking moments when the shooter opened fire, killing 17 people. That trial could last months in order to get through all the witnesses and the evidence. The Bartow Police Department wants you to know it will be conducting its annual active shooter training today. They want you to know it's just a drill. The training will also include fire and EMS crews. The officers will be given different active shooter scenarios and then will decide how to respond, and they'll be evaluated based on speed and efficiency. That training is going to happen at Bartow Middle School. It's from 2 until 6. So if you live in the area and you hear loud noises, don't be alarmed. Again, this is just a drill. The city of Tampa making a big investment in infrastructure and response times during hurricane season. Hurricane Irma highlighted the big impact of storms. Eric Weiss, the director of the City of Tampa Wastewater Department, says during Hurricane Irma, the city lost power at more than 80 wastewater pumping stations. Well, since 2017, Weiss says the city now has a fleet of generators, 64 of them, some stationary and some portable. Now, the crucial efforts that'll be made this hurricane season involve finding ways to protect the environment and, of course, be prepared. It's back to work for the Tampa Bay Bucs this week. Training camp starts up tomorrow, but the rookies got a head start. They reported to camp on Saturday. This will be the first official training camp under new head coach Todd Bowles. The team took the field with him for the first time last month, but that was for a 3-day mini camp. This will also be the first time the team is reunited since Rob Gronkowski announced his retirement. Training camp will run through August 11th. Greg D, you and I were talking earlier. You said not only is it going to be hot out there for them, but they might encounter some storms too, right?
Yeah, especially for that first day, Gia. That's always very tricky as they cannot be out there, at least in the outdoor fields, when there's lightning around, and that'll be a threat for tomorrow afternoon. As it will be today, we're going to hit 90 about midday, and then likely many of you, especially west of 75, staying in the 80s, and that's because there'll be lots of little showers and storms around. Now, some of these are going to get heavier through the afternoon. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of larger storms just in time for the evening commute. It will not rain continuously, but there will be rain around with thunder likely rumbling in the distance throughout a good chunk of the afternoon. If any of those storms turn strong, warnings and updates always posted to my Twitter feed at Greg D. Weather. Do you?
Thank you, Greg. You can now get news 24 hours a day on ABC Action News Plus. Just download the ABC Action News app on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV.